Okay, well, Paul, we hopefully we got everything fixed this time. Let's try three. I was shot last night. Realized everything had a huge echo in it, so hopefully we got rid of that, and we'll be good to go today. And so we're probably just gonna take this down to do local stuff, and we talked about maybe going live early Saturday morning before the games kick and talk about our picks and where we're at that day, and then we're definitely gonna go live at the halftime of Kentucky Ole Miss game
Yeah,
whenever it goes to halftime.
be careful what you ask for there.
So, yeah,
Could
never
be.
know what kind of mood we're going to be in at that point. So here we are, cashing tickets, a local flavor. I'm Franklin, that's Paul. We're going to talk about last Friday's games and what we got coming up for the Clarksdale Wildcats and the Lee Academy Colts. So, Paul, I know you went out to practice, talked to some of the coaches. What the Wildcats do last week and what they got coming up.
Yeah, I appreciate all them coaches out there. They're really been supporting what we're trying to do, and they're helping us out getting all these stats together. They played Charleston last week. Final score of that game was 16-6. Should have been a. I mean, the Charleston played them a lot closer than I anticipated, and I think the coaching staff. I mean, and the team as general just kind of slept, or maybe a little bit of a hangover from South Panola. I'm not
Probably
sure.
so. Expended a lot of
Uh,
energy, that South Panola game.
the Clarksdale High coaches were very complimentary of the Charleston team and their coaches. So they played really hard, had a really good game plan. Our defense was just too stout. It didn't matter what they did; they were gonna shut that stuff down. I got a few stats offensively. We had 192 yards rushing, had 19 yards through the air. Kelly Jones had 17 carries for 114 yards and a passing TD. Kamari Gamble had 7 carries for 34 yards. Manriquez McGregory had 7 carries for 38 yards. And Raymond Hill had 2 carries for 6 yards.
So it sounds like they kind of kept the offense a little vanilla with Charleston.
Yeah, they
Just
didn't
run the
show
ball,
much.
control the clock, take care of the football, take care of the game.
Yeah. Defensively, they only gave up 120 yards for the game. I mean,
That's getting it done.
that defense is solid. Kelly Jones had 6 tackles. Manriquez McGregor had 5 tackles. Daniel Wilson had 9 tackles. Cavian Gilmore had 10 tackles and 1 fumble recovery. Kyle Coleman had 5 tackles. Cameron Mackey had 7 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and a safety. Rico Lewis had 4 tackles. Standrick Hodges had 6 tackles and a forced fumble. This defense is
They're
everywhere.
just getting all over
Yeah,
it.
Montarius Haynes had 2 tackles. Lamarcus Hicks had 6 tackles and a fumble. Jaquarius Hearn, 3 tackles. Simeon Ross, 10 tackles and 1 fumble recovery. And Torian Williams had 5 tackles. So, uh, I think they did just enough to go out there and win. Big game this week's coming up against Greenwood High School. They got a common opponent between the two of them. They both played Greenville High School. Clarksdale beat Greenville 28-0 earlier in the year, and Greenwood beat them 28-22. So
Okay.
they did give up some points there.
Yeah,
Hopefully we can take advantage of that and shut them down on the offensive end.
that's right.
I mean, defensive end. The quarterback for Greenwood, they can throw it around. They're fast, athletic. I don't think they're big enough to handle us in the trenches,
Yeah.
but they're fast and they're skilled. Their skilled players are very good. Their quarterback's accurate.
So
Last
keep them contained.
Yeah.
Don't let them get loose,
He'll keep them off the field.
or just keep them on the field. Run the ball,
Yeah,
control the clock.
Curtis House is the quarterback over there. He was 13 of 22 for 299 yards and
Okay.
3 touchdowns. So
We're throwing it,
that's high school
moving
ball.
the football.
That's high school ball. You don't see that a lot around here, especially. But they also gave up 144 yards rushing to the running back from Lanier last week. So
Okay.
look for Kelly Jones to get loose. Look for Kamari Gamble and Marcus McGregor to get loose. We should have a big day on that side of the football. That defense should be able to shut this thing down in the trenches. I got this game, Clarksdale 35, Greenwood 20.
Okay.
Uh, just talking to the coaches this week, they know it's a big game. It's a big game for both schools locally. If you're going to get hyped and ready for a game, it's time. It's time to lock it down. Put the babies to bed and let's go to work.
Yeah.
Let's get it figured out and let's go.
Well, that defense is going to keep. It sounds like that defense is going to keep them in every game. The
Yeah.
name we keep hearing over there is that Daniel Wilson. I know he was the player of the week for one of the local insurance companies around here. So he's doing a great job on that side of the ball. Linebacker, if I'm correct, right?
Yep.
Mr. Wilson over there. So and Kelly Jones is kind of doing it all for the
he's
Clarksdale offense.
Yeah, he's
So
like human switchblade, whatever
So
you want to call it.
hopefully those two can continue their success on the field, and Clarksdale get the big. It's a conference win or district win or
District, yeah.
district win over there for them. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that Coach Maddox and them are trying to get out, they got their homecoming games coming up, and I think it's 2 weeks. I have to verify that. I apologize, but they're doing a fundraiser for anybody who's an alumni of Clarksdale High, and they're going to do it by year. If you go on their website, you can donate money, and it's going to be by year. So if I went in there and put $25 in there, I'd put class of '98, and it would go to the class of '98, and we'll see who wins.
Well, I have to make sure I get in there and get all my 95 guys and girls making their donation.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Get everybody involved in homecoming week. They're also looking for people to help call the games.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. They don't have anybody on the radio.
Yeah. Like I said, I talked to them a little bit. I don't think we are what they're looking for.
I don't think so.
But I mean, there's people out there who would love that opportunity to do that and love the sport.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you know anybody, get them in touch with Coach Maddox or somebody out there at Clarksdale High School. Let them know. I think don't worry about the equipment. I think the equipment and all that'll be there. All you gotta do is show up and talk about the team. So anyways, that's kind of where I'm at with that, and I appreciate the team for kind of supporting us and letting us in on what they got going on, and you can see it in the coaches' eyes out there. They're really excited about what they got this year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we hope they have a big run, get this win Friday night, and keep rolling in the district. And I believe they were district champs last year, so maybe they can go back to back and make some noise in the state tournament. So good luck to the Wildcats on Friday night. So we'll move to across town to the Lee Academy Colts. Last week they traveled to Rossville to take on the Rossville. They're not the Patriots. That's who they're playing this week. The Wolves, the Rossville Wolves. They went over there, and you can't glean much from this game, but 56-8, Lee Academy scored on every single offensive possession of the game. That's really getting it done on the offense side of the field, but
efficient.
You can't get used to that. They're obviously going to play better talent, better teams. But you went over there, traveled on the road, got the win, handed them. You had the quarterback there, Mr. William Walker. He rushed for 37 yards. He threw for 142 for a total of 4 touchdowns. They got their beginning of the year starting running back, and Aiden Bird eased him in a little bit, coming off a collarbone injury. Got 3 attempts, 57 yards. So he was picking up every yard he could get on those 3 attempts.
Got a lot of making up to do.
And got 2 touchdowns. And your wide receiver leader out there again was Tanner Fava. He had 1 catch for 80 yards and a touchdown. So it's not bad, 80 yards a catch on the game.
You can't do any better than that. Just stay home, Tanner.
No, that's right. We didn't get much. I'm not sure who led the team on that. Well, also touchdowns were Walt Bell, Will Mosier, and Montavian Artis had touchdowns in that game. So congratulations again to the Colts on the big win. They're 5-0, 2-0 in the district. And they got a big one coming up Friday night. Look, Marshall Patriots come into town. Marshall last year put it on the Colts 48-7. But the Colts are a little older this year. They were quite young last year, so they're ready to go. And they're a lot more healthier this year than they were last year in that 2021 loss, especially with getting Aiden Bird back. So that running back field is stacked with Bird, Artis, and Darren Williams running the football, and William Walker. He'll go on a keeper a few times. And I was kind of curious to hear about Brian Ray. I know he got dinged up in the Oak Hill game, but I don't know if he's going. But if he's back on the opposite side of Tanner Fave, and you got Walt Bell out there, and William Mosier kind of sets up an H back, kind of like a tight end position, but just H back position. They'll be ready to go, and they've been super efficient on offense. So look. Good luck to Marshall. Good luck to Colts against Marshall. Marshall there, the Patriots are led by sophomore quarterback Brody Whitaker and senior running back Hayes Henry. So they got some talent over there at Marshall. And so looking forward to having them coming in, and hopefully the Colts can take care of it. And whoever wins this game has a leg up in the district. I think whoever wins obviously still be undefeated and be in first place and ready to roll for the rest of the year. One Friday night's game. Look, that game is here at home. So all you Colt fans, if you want to, that obviously love to have you in the stadium. And if you go out there, it's a show out and glow out. It's a neon theme there tonight
Interesting.
over there at Lee Academy. So yeah, wear your favorite neon colors and go out there and support the Colts Friday night. If you can't, like we've mentioned before, go on YouTube, catch the YouTube live stream with Bobby Spinks, your play-by-play guy, and Sean Redwine, your color man out there. They'll be out there doing it. We watch them, we listen to them, and they do a great job on the call. So again, if you can't show up, get on YouTube and watch the Colts take on the Patriots Friday night in a big district matchup there in the District 1 4A. So I don't really have anything else on that. Like I said, I'm hoping, since this is a big game, hopefully next week we can get an interview with Bobby and talk about the game more, let him give us all the information and everything he's got. He does a great job sending me information. We appreciate that, but we'd love to get him on, have an interview with him, and let y'all hear directly from Bobby.
Yeah, we get them on here and try to get maybe throughout the year, maybe get one of the coaches. That'd be good.
Yeah, that'd be great. And I'm sure that
them.
when we talk to these guys more and we get ourselves situated, we fired all our interns last Saturday because it couldn't handle the live deal, and so we're back just to me and you, Paul.
Yeah,
I mean, we can't find good help around here.
You gotta do it yourself. You
Yeah.
know. If you're gonna mess it up, just mess it up yourself.
Your friend comes over to listen to the live show and he listens to it right there by you and creates this big long screech on nobody can.
Wait a minute. Now. We're just gonna dump it all on that. Okay.
Oh my goodness! But look, he was doing his best to help us out, and we didn't know what the hell we were doing. So.
Absolutely not.
So one more thing I want to mention about Lee Academy, since we're on Lee Academy right now, the Lee Academy Fillies softball team just this past week qualified for the state tournament, so they are headed to McGee.
There we go.
And they're going to kick it off Saturday at 1 o'clock against Riverfield Academy. Lee Academy was the 4 seed out of the north, so they'll get Riverfield the number 1 out of the south. And they typically do a YouTube live. And so they don't have anybody calling the game, but I think they got the microphone on, so you kind of hear the players and the
swing batter.
You can hear the fans and the parents, and
you
may not want to hear all that, but
the Fillies, they kind of limp through the year, just kind of showing up, doing what they do, but they get in the playoff now. It's time to get hot. And
I talked to a couple of parents, and they said that Saturday, even the coaches reiterated that Saturday, when the North State started this past Saturday, that it was the best softball they played all year.
There we go.
Hey, and that's the time you want to get hot.
Get hot.
Get tournament time. It's time to get hot. So I'm really pulling for those girls over there. I've got a girl over there on that side that I consider one of my own, Miss Lauren Jantz over there. My daughter is a big friends with her, and obviously we know her big sister Micah, and Micah was a big part of that program too, as was my daughter. So we're pulling for Lauren and the rest of the team, and the seniors we got over there. Now we got Lauren and Faith Carter and Georgia Dulaney, I believe. So good luck to all you seniors and the rest of that squad. I hope you go out there and get a couple of wins over there at state and get hot and just walk through that thing.
Yeah, if you've done enough to make it, you might as well win it.
Now that you're there,
go over there and come home, go win it.
That's right. Go over there, get ready, get focused. So again, good luck to the Fillies Saturday. So hopefully the Colts come home with a big win Friday night, and the Fillies go out there and take the field Saturday at 1 o'clock down in McGee, the big sports complex down there in McGee, Mississippi. So good luck. And that is they're the Class 4A fast pitch down there. They got a lot of 1 through 6, I believe. So it's a bunch of them. But they're 4A. If you want to find the bracket, you can find it online, and you can follow and see what's going on. So, again, good luck to the Colts. Good luck to the Wildcats. Good luck to the Fillies. And I don't have much else to say, Paul. Anything else you want to mention?
Just before we close, I may go out there and take the under on the Utah State and BYU game tonight.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Utah State, BYU.
Yeah, BYU is the over under 60.
Utah State is not.
I don't think they can
not
score.
Very good.
I think BYU would have to score 50 to make that happen. But I'm probably gonna go touch some of that under, but I have not been good lately, so tread lightly.
Yeah, I see it at 60 right now. BYU's been pretty good, but not that Oregon, and then they barely got past Wyoming last Saturday evening.
I like the under here.
So yeah, I'm kind of trending. If we're looking at anything before Saturday, is I like Washington. That line's moved up. I think it was 2.5. Now it's 3 with Washington at UCLA Friday night. There's a big over under 64.5. That's a lot of points. Both quarterbacks there have been pretty good, but I love the way Michael Penix Jr. has been playing for the Huskies.
He's good. He's really good.
So yeah, we mentioned some games. We talked about there's some big games this weekend, and we're not going to say anything about them, just some big games you might want to key into. Kentucky visits Ole Miss. That's a big game in the SEC. 2 ranked teams, one in the top 10 in Kentucky. You've got Alabama and Arkansas. The Hogs bring in the Tide. Hopefully, the Hogs are looking to bounce back after that weird loss at A&M. Big game in the Big 12 right now. Oklahoma State travels to Baylor. I think the winner of that game puts them really nicely into the lead for the Big 12 championship.
That's right.
You got Wake and Florida State. They're both ranked. And then, of course, the ACC, the big game there, 6:30 on ABC, is the NC State Wolfpack travel to the Clemson Tigers. Yeah. So that ought to be a big game. Whoever wins there, again, in the catbird seat for the ACC.
A lot of Wolfpack money coming in on that game.
Yeah, and that line seems like it's begging you to take into. It's a -6.5, and after what you saw Clemson struggle with Wake Forest, it's like, really 6. You're going to give me 6.5 points with NC State, but Dave Doran has not been great on the road with the Wolfpack, and in big time matchups. So be careful there. I can't think of any. I mean, there's a bunch of intriguing games: Texas Tech at Kansas State, Michigan and Iowa. You're gonna take that under at 4, even at 42. I don't know. I don't think Iowa can score. Can they?
Yeah, I don't. I'm not going to be even. I got better things to do at 11 o'clock Saturday morning.
Then watch that game.
Yeah, we got our own business to tend to.
Yeah, well, this ought to be an easy one for everybody to listen to. We didn't have much to say. I think we talked for an hour last night, going through some games, and it was not worth even putting out there with all the echo in the background. So, look, we got what we wanted to. We got the local teams out there. Please support anybody around here. Support the Wildcats. Support the Colts and the Fillies this weekend in the big softball tournament down there in the state tournament. So, look, I think that we're going to cut it off there, right, Paul, and hopefully be back Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, we may pay attention to our Twitter page. We may put some stuff out there as far as plays for Saturday.
That's right.
I don't know if we got that TikTok, but we got no idea how it works.
I got a daughter that really knows how it works, but she's never at home.
Lord, so we don't know what we're doing.
I don't know if she's gonna be able to help or not, 'cause she's never around here. I love you though.
No.
Good luck. It's a big game for her in Oxford. She's gonna be partying over there in Oxford with the Rebels against the Wildcats of Kentucky.
I hope the stadium's full.
Yeah, it's been announced as a sellout, so hopefully everybody shows up, sticks around. So anyway, that's cash and tickets for this week. Mostly local centric, but we'll be back Saturday at some point. Whether we come on the horn before the games get started, we'll definitely come on at the halftime of Kentucky and Ole Miss. Just be careful if you got kids in the car and traveling. You might not want to turn it up too loud or get them some headphones. Maybe.
I'll do the best I can.
All right, so for Paul, I'm Franklin. This is it for today, and we'll be back Saturday to talk more football.